Should Pokemon Switch really be a reboot? Hey, this is GatorX, and today I'm going to be talking about the potential of Pokemon Switch being a reboot. Now, as you may know, in the past I've made it relatively clear that I think it is absolutely the wrong idea for Pokemon Switch to just be some sort of fancy graphical update and remake of the story of Generation 1. However, that is an extremely hard reboot, and like I said in that video, nothing that's been done by Pokemon ever before and probably won't be done anytime soon. However, there is the potential of a soft reboot. Now recently, some of the rumors and quote-unquote leaks that I've been seeing across the internet state that Pokemon Switch is going to be a soft reboot in the vein of Pokemon Black and White. Now, for the most part, every new Pokemon generation is effectively a soft reboot. However, Black and White were some of the most dramatic of any of these. The Unova region featured over 150 brand new Pokemon, and didn't have any Pokemon from the previous regions available until later in the post-game. So for the most part, much of the experience in the Unova region was completely brand new. Again, revamped mechanics and Pokemon actually moving during battles were some of the things that helped make Black and White one of the stepping stones into modern Pokemon. Legitimately, these were some of the biggest games for Pokemon in terms of bringing it into the future. So if some of these rumors and quote-unquote leaks are to be believed that Pokemon Switch would be similar to Black and White, would that be a good idea? Well, I mean, obviously yes, because then it means we get a lot more Pokemon, right? While Pokemon Sun and Moon were great and had a lot of references and connections to previous generations, I think that Generation 8 on the Switch should try as hard as it can to be its own thing. While it is still going to be Pokemon and very likely not going to be shaking things up in terms of battle mechanics, by the way, I hate that rumor, making it feel as new and fresh as Pokemon Black and White were would be a great idea, especially in terms of the amount of Pokemon. Of course, we do already have 800 Pokemon, so asking for 150 more would be a lot to ask for, bringing that number up so high that I didn't even think it'd get that high. But at the same time, Generation 6 didn't include a whole lot of new Pokemon, and Generation 7 was relatively solid, though a little smaller than previous generations. Of course, this does bring a different meaning to the term reboot. Again, like I said, pretty much every new Pokemon generation is a reboot, and especially if it's going to be transitioning from one game system to another, like Generation 8 is going to be on the Switch. But it is just interesting hearing the term reboot being used, because normally we would think that that'd be akin to a graphical remaster on a new console, when very likely Pokemon Switch is going to be a brand new Generation 8 game, but again, a quote-unquote soft reboot. When it comes down to it, the only thing that Generation 8 absolutely needs is Pokemon, and not even new Pokemon, it just needs to be Pokemon. And whether that be a soft reboot, a slightly harder reboot in terms of Black and White, or a completely new battle system, which I'm still opposed to, or anything else, as long as it's still Pokemon, it will be fine. But of course, personally, I do think that it should try to be a lot like Black and White, in terms of revamping how the story is done, the amount of Pokemon that are available, the amount of previous Pokemon that probably shouldn't be available at first. Obviously, the graphics and smaller functions here and there that should be updated. The 3DS era of Pokemon was very fun, but by the time Ultra Sun came around, for some reason it was feeling a little stale. And I am extremely excited to see what Generation 8, potentially on the Switch, will bring us later this year or next year, depending on what you believe. But anyway, let me know what you think. How much new should Pokemon Switch be, and how much old should it be? Leave a comment down below and we'll continue the discussion down there. If you enjoyed the content, remember to leave a like and subscribe to show your support. You can enable notifications by clicking the bell icon next to the subscribe button. This will make sure you see each new video as it comes out and will make you a member of the Chingling Squad. Anyway, this has been GatorX. Have a nice day.